How to use LOB codes. When handling a contact, you may select a line of business code to signify that an important criterion has been met. The use of LOB codes varies from organization to organization, however they are generally used to track information about the contact. For example, you may be asked to select Code 1, Complaint, when you receive a customer complaint, or Code 2, New Product, if the caller is inquiring about a new product. By default, LOB codes are not forced, meaning that you do not have to choose an LOB code for each contact. If your LOB codes are forced, you must choose an LOB code before you are able to use any other iceBar features. Using line of business codes. Step 1. While you are handling a contact, click the LOB button on your iceBar toolbar. The Select LOB Codes dialog box will open. Step 2. From the Select LOB Code dialog box, click the appropriate LOB code and click Submit. The dialog box will close once the minimum number of LOB codes have been selected. The LOB code that you last used will have a checkmark beside it. You may also close the dialog box by clicking X if you decide not to choose an LOB code. Using Forced Line of Business Codes. When the Forced LOB Codes feature is enabled, you may also click the LOB button and select a code at any time during the call, as described in the previous section. Note, you may be required to select more than one, depending on your contact center configuration. If the LOB code has not been selected during the call, you will be forced to select an LOB code, or multiple LOB codes, upon completion of the call. To use Forced LOB Codes. Step 1. Once you are finished handling a contact, you enter the wrap-up state. The Select LOB Codes dialog box appears. Step 2. Select the appropriate LOB code. You may be required to select more than one LOB code, depending on your contact center configuration. Step 3. Click Submit. The LOB code you have selected will be grayed out and you will remain in the wrap-up state. You may also close the dialog box by clicking X and change your state to the ready state when you are ready to take another call. Note: if iceBar requires more than one LOB code per call, the LOB codes that you have selected for the call will be grayed out, ensuring that you do not select the same LOB code twice. When you enter the ready or not ready state after the wrap-up state, the LOB selections will again be available for the next call. When handling multiple email or IM contacts with forced LOB codes, you must enter the required LOB codes for a contact before transitioning to the next contact. Using line of business codes with iPhone. You can also use the LOB button with iPhone. To do this, Step 1. Click the LOB button on the iPhone client window. Step 2. Select the appropriate LOB code. You may be required to select more than one LOB code, depending on your contact center configuration. Step 3. Click Submit. The LOB codes you have selected will be grayed out. You may also close the LOB tab by clicking X or by clicking the LOB button again. If you have forced LOB codes enabled, the LOB window will open in the iPhone window when the contact ends. You must select the minimum number of codes before you can exit the window.